wonders if it is these same ordinary people who will have to pay the price. Go to CNN.com/Fareed for a link to my Washington Post column this week. And let's get started. After 3 rounds of high-level meetings between Russia and the West this week, the two sides are no closer to compromise or with de-escalation on the Ukrainian border. The Russians expressed frustration that the United States had not responded to a series of demands that include Ukraine never joining NATO and rolling back NATO activities in Eastern Europe. Washington says these demands are non-starters and that Russia could be laying the groundwork to fabricate a pretext for an invasion. So what exactly is Moscow's endgame? Kremlin's longtime spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, has been by Vladimir Putin's side for 2 decades, one of his closest aides. I talked to him on Friday in an exclusive interview. Mr. Peskov, pleasure to have you on, sir.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Why has Russia brought these proposals? Some people would say, why has Russia created this crisis?
He told you go
now,
ahead.
many of the things that are being talked about, the Russian demands, the draft negotiations, these issues that have been around for a few years. What has happened in the last few months or few weeks that has caused this to become a kind of urgent crisis, with Russia massing more than 100,000 troops on the Ukrainian border? Has something changed very recently?
Packard Street.
Well, it all started with the beginning of the 90s, when Germany was reunited, and when the then Soviet Union and the Soviet Union leader, Mr. Gorbachev, said okay to that, there was a promise by American side, unfortunately not fixed in a juridically and legally binding guarantee document, but there was a guarantee that NATO would never expand its military infrastructure or political infrastructure eastwards.
Unfortunately, they must like Justin's work, because he said on the phone this morning that